Okay, welcome to Bitrix24 Live. I'm Damien Edwards, Commercial Manager of Bitrix24 Gold Partners Interface. And with me I have our Support Manager, Andy Naylor.
Hi guys, so we're going to be here for the next hour answering your questions on Bitrix24. So whether you're using the cloud version of Bitrix or the on-premise, then we can answer any question live on screen and show you how anything works essentially on Bitrix.
Yeah, so our contact details are on the screen there if you want to send us questions in the chat window, as Andy says, or email them to live@interface.com. And if you want to get in touch with us afterwards for a one-to-one session, a demo of Bitrix, then we can do that. Contact us in the UK, US or UAE. And essentially we're able to provide you with a demo, discuss additions of Bitrix. We offer a full implementation service including customization, training, and we provide support as well. So telephone supports, packages for anyone on a cloud or a self-hosted solution of Bitrix24. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions that have come in already. How do I forward inbound calls to my mobile? So you can forward an inbound call to any user, and if that user has the mobile app enabled, then they can receive that call on their mobile app. So I don't think you can forward a call to a mobile number. So as a call comes in, you can't forward that call on to another number. You can just direct it to a user. Maybe we can try this. See if we can ring the system. See if we can route a call through. So bear with me. Let's see if this call will come through. So we can answer the call and we can forward it. So using this, I can forward it to anyone here. I can redirect, and that will ring then on their. Don't just dump that call. That will then ring on their. If they've got the mobile app, that will ring on the mobile app. They can answer it on the mobile app. If they've got the desktop open, it will answer on the desktop. You can do it on the desktop app or in the browser, or anything really. So that's the solution, by forwarding it to a user and they're answering it through the app rather than forwarding it to an actual mobile number. Then you're not paying for that leg of the call. Send inbound calls to a responsible person specified in the CRM if contact is identified as known. If the responsible person doesn't answer, forward to a mobile. So yeah, so you've got the option there. Probably not exactly what the question was asking for, but you have got the option there to forward. If the user doesn't answer, forward to a separate mobile number or a landline number or something like that. But that,
I think that question.
It might be what they.
I think that question who that question came from was referring to this. So they essentially didn't want anybody to be answering calls inside Bitrix. They wanted them rather to be answering them on their mobiles rather than answering inside Bitrix. So for that reason, what you would do is you would essentially click on that and route that number to the mobile.
Okay, so that would mean they wouldn't need any bandwidth, any 4G on their mobile to take calls. Mm-hmm. But you're just going to pay for the calls, but that might be a better solution for some people.
We've got a question come through on YouTube. How is the pricing? So if you're referring to Bitrix pricing, Bitrix range from a free cloud version, so you can download and log into Bitrix on a free package. There are obviously some restrictions on the free package in terms of users, in terms of some of the features that you can use. And then I believe the next package up goes to $55 a month for the CRM Plus package, and then so on and so forth. So I think if we load up the Bitrix24 pricing. And we go into, click on pricing. So you can see here for the cloud version that we're on at the moment, those are the prices. I think that's based on 12 months. So if you're looking for a 12-month package, then you get 20% discount at the moment. So those are on there. And then if you wanted on a 1 month, so if we clicked on 1 month here, just to show you what the price would be. So it's $69 a month for the CRM, for the projects. And obviously just depending on what you're using Bitrix for, really, some features are turned off. For example, if you're looking to use Bitrix for your CRM, then obviously you wouldn't be selecting a project because things like the CRM marketing, sales intelligence, sales center isn't available on that package. So choose which one you are wanting to use, and then obviously there's a lot of to do with 12 users, 6 users, 24, 50, and professional. Professional is the most popular cloud package as it has all modules and unlimited online storage as well as unlimited users as well. And then if you're interested in the on-premise, just switch to on-premise here, and you can see the different versions of the on-premise. What isn't included in here is things such as the hosting required, and as a partner we would always recommend you take out support as well, especially if you're using the on-premise version, because there are a lot of configurations and a lot of tools that you can take advantage of. So support and training can be purchased from a partner. So yeah, that's the area really where you should be looking at pricing for the cloud and the on-premise.
Yeah, let us know what you think about pricing. Yeah, is that good? I mean, it ranges, of course, so you can actually go up to $60,000 here, and from as low as $3. So I guess there's a package for everyone inside there. When I send public links to my documents, how can I keep the documents secure? So let's go into a work group and have a look at a document. So you can share documents with other users, but if you want to share with somebody, as the question here is put publicly, then there is a way of doing this. So I can get public link for a document. So this gives me a URL which you can share however you want to share that. But if you want to keep it secure, then you can set a password on that. Two things you can do. You can set a limit on it. Let's put 10 hours in for that, and then you can type your own password in there and provide that password to the recipient. So that's it. So you do it quite easy. You just need to click in. It's probably not obvious actually. You just need to click in this settings here to open up those two options.
So I had a question come through this week as well, just with regards to personalizing the public page for your forms. So there are a couple of different options. You've got a little bit restricted on the cloud, but you still can customize it to put your logo on it. So if we jump into the cloud version here, what I'm referring to is if we go to the CRM and then more and CRM forms, what I'm referring to is these. So you create a CRM form and then you have a public link. So if we click on this and just open up this in a new tab, I'm referring to this page here. So at the moment it says Demo 24. What the question was is how can I put my logo on? So it's quite simple really. If you go into your, this is available on all packages of Bitrix. If you go into your settings, so if you think there will be a settings option here, and then if you scroll down in the settings option, you simply just have to add your company logo in here. So if you add your company logo and then a high DPI logo as well, tells you the specific dimensions that you should be using. It will restrict you from uploading anything larger than this. So this will not only update the logo in the top left hand corner here, but it will also update the logo on all your public forms as well. So that public link a moment ago, it will also update the logo on the public link form for your document as well. With regards to the on-premise is a little bit different in terms of actually customizing the page in its background. So you would still upload the logo the same way. So you would go again into settings and add your logo in the settings, and that would update the logo on the public form page. But in the on-premise version, for those of you that don't know, is you do have access to all the source code. So you can click into the control panel, click into content, files and folders, and you can get access to the template file here for your public page. And that's where you can style the background, whereas you can see on here it's a little bit green, got some clouds on it. You can actually, or blue, you can actually style this to meet your company branding. So it may be that you want this to match what branding is on your website. And you can do so by uploading a background image, or you can actually style it however which way. So with the on-premise version, you have a little bit more flexibility than just adding a logo on the cloud version.
Okay, can inbound SMS create a new lead? I don't think it can. So we have, if you look in contact center, then we can use things like inbound emails, telephone calls, website forms, chat widgets, WhatsApp now, things like that. Inquiries from those platforms can generate leads, but not from SMS. So,
I think we've covered it a couple of times, haven't we? Just with regards to, there is a new application on Twilio. So if you click into applications here, and then here, Twilio. Here we are, so SMS. I think at the moment they just map to the number that it's come from into the CRM, so it will store it against that. So if you look at this here, you can see delivered and anything coming back, incoming SMS here, test 99. So you can see it coming in, but the question was with regards to creating a lead. Unless you could do the automation. No, you probably couldn't for a trigger.
No, so I mean, there'll be a way of doing it if you had a self-hoster. We could develop that solution for you. That's what we do for businesses. So if you want, going to be a cost associated with it. If it's important to you, it can be done. Okay, another question: when I create campaigns in CRM marketing, can I add these campaign templates into automation in leads and deals section of the CRM? So you're creating a campaign in CRM marketing. Let's have a quick look at CRM marketing. Then you can create different campaigns in here. You can do outbound email, SMS, messenger campaigns sort of Facebook and things, and voice campaigns. So you're doing a campaign, and then you want to add these campaign templates into automation. I'm not too sure what you mean by add the campaign templates into automation leads and deals sections of CRM. I mean, you can certainly run an email campaign. Any inquiries that you receive from those email campaigns will generate leads for you, and then on leads you can do automation. So I'm not going to the campaign, but if we go into the CRM and into leads, and if we click in automation rules over here, then all those leads you get can trigger. We can put some rules in here, can we? A condition in here, I guess. Let's have a look. Oh right, so we can put a condition in each action block, can't we? We can't actually put a condition inside the whole thing. So we could go. Let's say we want to send. Let's say we want to generate a call for somebody. let's call booking a call. Schedule a call. So if we've run a campaign and we would need to add some sort of condition. I don't know if we can add a condition based on the source. Yeah, we can, of course we can. So we would look at source, and then we would select the source, and we can name our campaign. So whatever we name our campaign, we've got some Facebook ones here and other things. Whatever we name our campaign, provided that this lead is from that campaign, then we can use this condition here to generate a call. So you can certainly, those leads that you generate from an email campaign, you can use automation on them, but just use this condition at the top so that you're triggering the right things for that particular campaign, because these rules will work on all leads. If you haven't got a condition in, then it's going to trigger a call for any lead, however it's generated. So if you were to trigger a call for this particular campaign, put some descriptions in there. You might want to then just trigger a second call for a different type of campaign. So it might be that, I guess you'll have a campaign that's a campaign manager for one particular campaign and someone else an account manager for a different campaign. So you might want to just assign the calls to different people depending on which campaign it is, and you can do that by using a condition to look at the source of the lead. So it just let us know if that's not answering your question.
So just put up our contact details, just in case you missed the start of the live session. We are Interface. We're gold partners of Bitrix24. We have locations in the US, the UK and the UAE. So if you are interested in starting to use Bitrix, you need training, or you would like a one-to-one demo before purchasing it, those are the types of services that we offer. We also offer premium support with ticketing and telephone support. So please do get in touch with us using one of the contact numbers or the sales@interface.com that you see on the screen. Like I say, we're here for the next 30 minutes, so please do put your questions to us. We can only keep on going as you provide the questions. I think we have a few more questions that came through during the week.
Yep. How do I set up custom fields in the CRM? So it should be straightforward. You can go into individual modules. We're in leads here. I can open up a lead and I can add a field here, selecting the field type in here, or there are a few additional options, extra options if you go into CRM settings over here, and forms and report settings, and then custom fields, and you've just got a few, just add a field here. You've just got a few more options in here to create some extra fields, like fields that bind to other CRM elements, fields that bind to selection lists or users and things like that. Some extra ones available by doing it that way. If we just go back, just to show you another area where you can customize fields, and that's on the home page here, start point, statuses and drop downs. So these are the standard fields that exist that have a drop down list. So things like, we talked about sources, so lead sources here, you can name those lead sources. You'll get a series of standard generic sources like call, advertising, website. You can remove some of these or rename some of them and add your own ones. So there's sort of two areas for fields that you need to go into. There's a bit more you can do to customize the pages. In addition to that, you can create sections and rename these sections here. This one's called more, can rename that, or this one. You can move these sections around.
think you do have to be, if you're doing it in the common form view, then you do have to be an administrator to be able to do that. And that is a good point. It's a common question that we usually get, is how can you set the layout for all of your users viewing the CRM. And you just need to make sure as an administrator you're in the common form view, and then you can tailor, like Damien just did a moment ago, tailor the sections, show fields that you want, add sections. And as long as you're in the common form view, then the next user that comes to the CRM will see it exactly how you set it out, as long as you just click on set common form view for all users, and that's in the little gear icon at the top.
Okay, when using CRM marketing module, is there a way Bitrix24 can prevent our emails going into spam folders? So there isn't any way that you can prevent, there isn't anything you can do as such to prevent them going into spam folders. So that's governed by the trust level of the domain that they're being sent from. And Bitrix24 have the same delivery success rate as MailChimp. So it's rated. There's a way of rating this, and Bitrix look at this, monitor this, and have, as I say, achieved the same as MailChimp do. I think it's slightly different. That's if you're using the cloud. If you're using the self-hosted, it's slightly different because you kind of set up your own mail servers and you set up your own domain and things. So it's all coming from your own domain. So it would be different on the self-hosted. It would depend. I think we would, there might be other people that we could speak to on this, but the chosen domain, depending on the trust level of that domain, would
I think
depend on how successful you are delivering.
I think there are things that you can do as well when you're creating your campaigns. So there are, for example, keywords that do point out that it could be a spam email. So if you're capitalizing free in the subject, all these can be found obviously online. So I'd recommend just having a look at reducing the risk of your marketing email going into those spam filters, because it sometimes does depend on the content of those.
That's right, actually, yeah, absolutely. So there is, yeah, that's absolutely right. There is something on the content and attachments and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess obviously certain types of attachment would be definitely blocked by spam filters. So size of the email as well, maybe. I don't know if it's very, very big. It might also cause some problems. So yeah, that's absolutely right. I guess it's quite a big subject area. Maybe that content side, maybe that's worth just reading up on. What's sort of best, what's do's and don'ts on that side.
Because I think, like you say, in terms of what Bitrix offer it as the tool to send your email out, there's nothing to worry about on that side. As Damien mentioned, it's got a great rating in comparison to like MailChimp and things like that. So maybe just have a look at the content that you're putting in those emails.
Okay, can I add dependencies to tasks? E.g., task 2 does not start until task 1 is complete. Can do this. So if we look in, let's go to one of our groups, and we look in, you have to go to the Gantt chart view, and then we have some already here. So you wanted to know task 2 does not start until task 1 is completed. So this is what this dependency does here. Once this one's complete, let's move that forward like that. Once this one's completed, then this one will start. Let's remove that. And just put it on again. So you can do it on. Let's do it on this one. So we can just drag that from there to there. So that's how you create an association between those two. Does Bitrix24 have a client module for outside users? So it does. So you can invite extranet users in. And so you essentially invite extranet users into a work group, have to belong to a work group. So you can create a work group for each client or for a project, and invite your clients and suppliers and the third parties in, and then they can access the features of a work group. This is a self-hosted edition, so there's some custom banners and things on that right hand side, but essentially the extranet users are going to see a lot less in terms of the menus, the links on the left hand side. But if you go into the work group, I'm not in as an extranet user, so it's redirecting me back to the main site here, but essentially they'll be able to see these tools inside here. Well, there's actually a few more they can see, but on this one they can see tasks, they can see the activity stream, post and read comments and things like that in there. They can access the calendar for the group, documents, you can have a chat, group one-to-one or group chat, and video calls as well, voice calls as well with those people, lists. So you can create lists for things like expenses or something like that. You can access those. So a couple of other things they can access as well if you enable them, but yeah, that's it. They can access all the features of a work group. They can't access the CRM, and they can't access HR tools like request for booking leave and things like that.
I think that's one of the biggest questions, isn't it? I think a lot of we get a bit of concern from clients that once they're inviting their clients into these external work groups, that those clients can then access personal private data in the CRM. That's never the case. Bitrix sets up the permission structure for that user automatically once you invite them in. So we're in here, we're in this particular external project, and to invite a new client in, you can just click on invite to project, and you can see here invite external users. If the extranet user already exists on the system, you can select them, or alternatively just send them an email, and that's essentially it. They receive an email, click on the link, they'll register. It will automatically set those permissions up so they only access this particular project group. There's nothing else that you need to do. If you want to set additional permissions in your project group, there's the ability to do so in actions and then access permissions. But they do, as Damien's explained, all those features, they are quite powerful features that you can use, they can use, and see quite a transparent overview of the project that they've been invited into. So it's definitely a great tool. And external users, you can have an unlimited amount of external users, so there's no additional cost for extranet users. So if you've got a 12 user license, then you can have theoretically 1,000 extranet users if you wanted to access in those groups. But for the extranet, you do need to be on a commercial package, so anything but the free account, you get the extranet. It may not be on CRM Plus. But take a look at the page we showed you earlier with regards to the Bitrix24 pricing. It will tell you which versions of Bitrix have the extranet.
Okay. So, have we got any more questions?
How does Facebook ads working in the CRM marketing module? Can I retarget to customers in my CRM? So there are a number of tools in Bitrix4. Well, look at the first one here in the contact center. So the contact centers here. So there are the Facebook lead ads. So you can put a CRM form onto Facebook. I think we discussed that last week in the live session. So we can connect our Facebook ad account to Bitrix and then add a Bitrix form onto Facebook. We can connect Facebook Messenger. So any messages that get sent to your business Facebook account come through the open channel widget, and you can chat directly with them without leaving Bitrix. You can chat directly via the messenger. And Facebook comments, if somebody writes a comment, you can reply to those Facebook comments as well through the open channel widget as well. So with regards to the question just about the CRM marketing, so yeah, absolutely you can retarget in specific ad networks. So again, to do so, you will just need to specify the segment. So in Bitrix, a segment is essentially a list of list of contacts, and those contacts will have an email address associated to them. And then once you connect your Facebook ad account here, you can actually retarget the ads that you connect here to those people within that segment. As long as that email matches the user that's logging into Facebook, you can retarget those ads to those particular users. So it is quite a powerful tool. And what Bitrix have also done as well on this is giving you the ability to then report on, based on the sales intelligence module, you can actually set up how much the spend is in terms of converting, and the return on investment in generating those leads from Facebook into Bitrix. Because if your Facebook ad generates a lead using one of the forms that you've integrated with Facebook and Bitrix, then it will tag that lead source as coming from Facebook. So then you can report on that and actually work out how much you spent generating those leads from Facebook.
Yeah, can I integrate OneDrive into Bitrix24? So OneDrive is a Microsoft product, I believe, so I'm pretty much sure it's the same as Office 365. So we have these three providers. There's integration available for those. That means that if you have an account in one of these, then you can click and open up your list of documents here, and you can open one of those and share it then inside a post inside Bitrix. So it'll bring it in and then you can share it around. So that's the integration that exists. Your drive, which sits over here in the menu, is your Bitrix drive. If you set the integration up, it doesn't then show you your OneDrive here. This is still your Bitrix drive. So that's not possible to do that sort of integration. But the integration that's useful, that one where you can share a document, that exists. So, yeah. Do we have any questions?
I don't think we've got any more questions that have come through. I think we've gone through all the questions that we've received throughout the week. So if you do have questions that come to you through the week, you can send them to us and we can start each session off with those questions. So just send them to sales@intraface.com and we'll start next week's session. So we're here on YouTube every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll start the session off with those questions. They are recorded, they're available more or less straight away on the Bitrix24 channel, so you can review previous sessions if your questions have been answered.
Yeah, okay, so we'll finish it there with more questions. Hope to see you next time.